Yes, guys. Starting with Ganesh. So tell me, what do you mean by classification? So what do you mean by classific? What do you mean by classification? So how do you? So that's it. Okay, like the main. What do you mean by classification is the predicting the target class. Okay. So classification means predicting the or lab or so categorizing the labeled data into target labels. Okay, so this is also one of the definition, or simply you can tell tell that the classification the means so predicting the discrete valued output, okay, by using the available features of the input data. So it is a one of the supervised. It comes under supervised machine learning. Okay. So it comes under supervised machine learning category. Okay, so there are many various kinds of classification algorithms are there. Okay, so what are the different types of classification algorithms? Like we have total three classes, right? So what are the three classes? We are dividing them. Deepa. So what are the three types of classifications? Binary classification. What do you mean by binary classification? Binary classification ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ. So here, so we have only two classes. Okay, that is, so binary means you will be having a class 0 and class 1, right? So here only two classes are present. So output or target has only two classes. Next, second one, Spandana. So then next one is multi class classification. Okay, so tell me, what do you mean by this? Here we have more than two classes, right? So then one more we had. What is one more? Multi label classification. What do you mean by this one? Here target output will have group or set of output labels. Set of output labels will be there. Means it is like a multi-class only, but in each class you will be having a subclasses. Okay, so that kind of examples. Okay, so now what are the different types of so classification algorithms? Okay, so classification algorithms. Thank you, Spandana. So next, so Manjushri. ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಗಾರಿದಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಯರ್ ಓಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಯರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ನೈವ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಓಕೆ ದೆನ್ logistic regression, it is called as logistic regression, but the name is regression, but it is basically used for the classification purpose only. Okay, then Fisher's linear discriminant okay classifier. ಹೇಳಿ SVM classifier. Okay, next K nearest neighbor classifier. Okay, so next decision tree classifier. Next random forest classifier. Okay, so anything else? Neural network. Okay, in neural network again you have many variations. Neural network classifiers, examples here are artificial neural networks. Okay, so then you have convolutional neural network, CNN. So then you have a RNN, recurrent neural networks. Okay, so these are the three categories, like still more than that available, so but we'll limit our discussion onto these only. Okay, so if you take random forest, these are the most widely used okay classification algorithms. Okay, so there are few terminologies okay used in classification. Okay, so terminologies. Okay, thank you Manju. Terminologies used in classification. Somebody want to join now? Okay, classifier. Okay, classifier. So what do you mean by classifier? An algorithm. It's an algorithm used to classification, used is to perform the classification task. Okay, so then classification model. Okay, so it is once you trained your model okay using the data. Okay, once you have used your classifier to predict the results. Okay, before using the prediction, what you need to do is you need to train your data. Okay, so that trained data model trained, once you train it your data using this classifier, so that results whatever you get. Okay, so when you apply that fit method, okay, it is called as classification model. Using that you can go for predicting the results for the upcoming data, that is the maybe a known data or a unknown data. For both the things you can use the same trained algorithm. Okay, so that trained algorithm is called as okay a classification model. So so what basically it does is okay it tries to draw the some conclusions from the input data. Okay, so based upon that in conclusions it will predict the output. Okay, so this is actually called as a classification model. Okay, so classification model draws some conclusions from the input data given during the training given during the training phase. This model used further for predicting the classification output. Okay, classification output on a new data. Okay, so classification model, classifier, there is a difference between them. Okay, using classifier, so we will be building the classification model. So then other thing is feature. Okay, so feature nothing but like the input data whatever we use. Okay, these are called as the features of the model. Okay, or the training data. Okay, so these are the terms we are basically use. Okay, apart from this we call other than this anything else, steps involved in building the classification model irrespective of any model. Okay, so first you need to clean the uh, input data. So that's the first thing you need to do it. Split the data into training set and test set. So you can interchange these steps. First you can split the data into training set and test set. Okay, so before that you can consider first step is import the data. Then clean the input data, split the data into training set and test set. So next step is, okay, so choose the classifier. So you need to choose the which classification algorithm you want to use it. Okay, so using the classifier, train the model. Okay, so mostly, so the fit method, classifier dot fit method in programmally classifier dot fit anta karte. It can be any name. Okay, okay, use the trained model. Using the classifier, train the model on training data. Use the trained model to predict the result on test data. Okay, now compare the results of predicted test test data with the actual test data. So you need to do the comparison with the predicted test data with the actual test data. So next, calculate the accuracy of the model. Okay, if required, plot confusion matrix. If results or not good, change the improve the model, repeat steps, um, steps here. If I write the steps numbers, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So you will be doing the steps number 3 to 9. Okay, so otherwise you will stop it. So these are the steps involved in classification. Okay, so and almost we have the similar steps here involved in the regression also. Okay, so as discussed in the previous sessions, now we are going to discuss about the k nearest neighbor classification. So we are going to discuss about the k nearest neighbor classification. We'll see how this works and what are the steps involved in doing the k nearest classification. So KNN classification is the most basic classification algorithm. It's easy to understand and it is one of the supervised classification algorithm. Okay, so KNN can also be used for regression analysis. We can use the same KNN for the regression purpose also. Okay, so KNN also called as lazy learning algorithm. Because it doesn't have any specific training phase. Like in other algorithms, we will be having a training phase. Okay, so we don't have any specific training phase in the, okay, we don't have any training phase itself. Okay, so we don't have any training phase in the KNN algorithm. Okay, it doesn't create any training model. It just remembers all training data, right? It just remembers the all the training data and uses this training data during the test phase to calculate the distance between okay, via between what and all we'll explain in the algorithm. Okay, so KNN is one of the non-parametric algorithms, non-parametric learning algorithms. Okay, so what do you mean by non-parametric? Okay, non-parametric means algorithms which doesn't assume anything about the data. Okay, so it doesn't Okay, it does not assume anything about the given data. There are few algorithms are there which have the parametric, which are called as parametric learning algorithms, which basically assume something about the data before going for the prediction. So there are some assumptions will be made about the data. Okay, but here in KNN we don't do any such kind of assumption. Okay, now KNN algorithm steps. Okay, so KNN uses so how does the KNN works? How does the KNN works? Spandana, how does KNN works? ಏನು ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೆ ಎನ್ ಎನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಫಸ್ಟು ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಮೇಜರಾಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇದೆ ಮೇಜರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನೆನಪಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್ ಮಂಜುಶ್ರೀ ಓಕೆ ದೀಪಾ ಕೆ ಎಚ್ and the and and the stored data. Okay, so basically it calculates the distance between the test sample with all the available training samples. Okay, and then it uses the similarity scores. Okay, like so whatever the distances are there based upon the k number, if we have the k numbers is k is equal to 3, the first 3 uh, samples which have the lowest distance, they will be taken up and they will vote for the class, which class the data belongs to, right? So this is how the KNN works. So basically, to understand this one, let me first write theoretically what it does, okay, like pictorially. Let me write something here. Okay, so here I'm going to take and data. So consider I'm going to take two different class of data now. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 samples of data, and another data over here. Roja, okay, Roja voice not audible, I think. Banashankari, yes, Banashankari. Okay, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, so we have 1 minute. Okay, so we have, there are two class of data is there, one data which is in blue color, okay, one more data which is in red color. Okay, ಈಗ new data sample ಇದೆ, so there is a new sample data is there, so we need to identify which class this data belongs to. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆದರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆದರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಇದೆ ಇದು ಈ ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟು? It is to the red color. Okay, so now actually in KNN what happens is that we need to calculate the distance between this new sample. This is the test sample, right? We call this as a test sample. Okay, this is called as what? Test sample. This is called as test sample or new data point. Okay, okay, so now what I need to do is I need to calculate the uh, distance between each point available in this, available here with this data point. Okay, I need to calculate the distance. Okay, so now what we have to do is, now we need to calculate the first step is what. So let's calculate the step 1. Calculate the distance between each training samples with the test data. If you have more than one test data, so there the for every test data you are going to calculate with every training data. Okay, so this is the first step. So after the second, so how do you calculate it? To calculate distance, we can use Euclidean distance formula. Alternatively, and also we have Manhattan distance and Minkowski distance formulas. Okay, so all these are forms of Euclidean distance only. Okay, so to calculate the distance we can use the Euclidean distance formula, and also we have the Manhattan distance and the Minkowski distance formulas available for calculating this one. Okay, I'll show the equation of this distance formulas. Okay, the simplest formula is, okay, so square root of summation of the each sample to the with the minus of this data. Okay, so how do I write it? Simply I can write this as free form square root of x I minus, so this if I consider it as y, okay, yi whole square, okay, plus the next sample. Okay, so on up to you will be doing it. So this is the formula for calculating the distance. Okay, Euclidean distance formula. This is simply called as Euclidean distance formula. So there are many algorithms are also available. Like if you take, you can take the Minkowski. Okay, and so then so on you can take it. Okay, so now you have calculated the distances. Okay, after calculating the distance, what is the next step? So consider, now I have calculated the distance between each one of them. Okay, like let me draw this line. One over here, okay, and then one over here, all the distances I calculated. Okay, like this I'm calculating the all the distance. Okay, so now what we need to do is, okay, the next step is sort the next step is to third step, sort the distances in sort the distances calculated. Okay, so we are need to sort the data. Okay, example ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ, so which order you are going to ascending order ಅಲ್ಲಿ you are going to calculate it. So example, between this to this, simply I'm considering. Okay, so now the outputs are like this. So this is the one distance value, so there is one more here, okay, one more here, one more over here, one more here, this values like these are like mathematical values. Okay, like if I consider the values, okay, like this, if you may get it 0 0.23, 0 0.15, 0 0.25, 0 0.33, 0 0.34, 0 0.42, 0.18 ಈ ಥರ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ we should know the class of these also. Okay, so this belongs to class B, this distance, 1 minute. Okay, so this belongs to class A, so class B, class A, class B, class A, class B. Okay na. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇದನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಬನಶಂಕರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿದೆ 0.15 ಅಲ್ವಾ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿದೆ 0.18 ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ? 0.23 ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 0.25 ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 0.33 ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಎ. 0. Next 34, so that is class B. Next 0.43 which class? Class A. Okay na. So this is the final result what we get. Okay, so now this is the results, we distances we calculated. Okay, so this is the after sorting out we got the results like this. Okay, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ದ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಸ್ 1, ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ 1, ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ? 0.15 ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ? ಎ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆರಾ, ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ನಾ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 3 ಅಂತ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಸಾರಿ, 1 minute. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೋಟ್ಸ್? ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆನಾ? ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೌ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 3 ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ 5 ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. 5 ನಿಯರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯಾವುದಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. 1 minute. So first 5 values if you are choosing this. Okay, so first 5 ಈಗ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ದು ವೋಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಈವನ್ 3 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿದೆ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, 5 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿದೆ ವೋಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ವೇರ್? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೂಲ್ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ದ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಚೂಸನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 5. ಹೈಯರ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೆ, ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ 5 ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೌ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ 1 k is equal to 1, then you will find all the values. Then k is equal to 2, k equal to 3, k is equal to 4, k is equal to 5 ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆನೋ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2, k is equal to 3, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೆನ ನೀವು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು. ಅದನ್ನ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಅಕ್ಯುರೇಸಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಸಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್, what is the fourth step? Vote for the class. Okay, so then decide the class as a output class. So decide the class having highest votes as the output class. Okay na? So decide the class having the highest votes as the output class, right? So this is the steps we do it. Okay, so I think, I hope so this steps involved in this is are so easy to, very easy to understand. Okay, ಸೊ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ ಬನಶಂಕರಿ, so can we write these same thing whatever we written here in the notepad? Okay, can uses the feature similarity based on distance, based on Euclidean distance measure to classify the data. Okay, steps in KNN. Okay, so Ganesh, ಹೇಳಿಯಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನೇನಂತಂದು. ಇವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್. what is the first we need to calculate the distance between training, so distance between the test data with each samples of training data. That's the first step. Okay, then second step, use, so okay, to calculate distance we can use Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, then Minkowski distance formulas. Okay, so then third, so what you will do, sort the distances calculated in ascending order. Now vote for the classes. So final output will be decided based on class having highest votes. Okay na? Okay, so these are the steps. Any corrections we need to do? Nothing, right? So that's the end of the steps involved in Kira. Very simple, right? Not much complicated. Okay. So, but what is the advantage of this one now? What is the advantage? Easy to implement, right? Okay, easy to implement and understand. Okay, so not much parameters to choose. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್. ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ? ಈಗ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈಚ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್? ದ ದ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟೇಷನಲಿ expensive computationally expensive. So reason is why it is computationally expensive. We need to calculate distances for all samples. Okay na? For this reason it is a computationally expensive. So these are advantages and disadvantages of your KNN. Okay, so now we are going to implement it in the Python. Already I shown the implementation, right? So you want me to repeat it? So I'll just open the program and I'll repeat it quickly. Okay. So now after this there is one more step you need to perform it. Okay, so one step is calculate the accuracy of the model. If required, rebuild the model. This is the one more step we need to do it. Okay, so calculate it. So let me start the spider. Anybody having any questions? Ashwini G. Ashwini G. Yes, Ashwini. Any questions you have? No questions. Okay. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಪೈಥಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೋಡಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಹೇಳಿ? So now we'll write programming steps with Python. And what is the library used? Scikit library. So we are going to use the Scikit library. Okay, so what is the first step? Import the libraries. Okay, next import the data. Okay, next step split the data into input or independent data and output data. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್? if required, clean the data. Okay na? So then fifth step, split the data into training and test set. Sixth. Okay, so now what you will do? Import the KNN function from scikit library. Okay na? So then what you will do? So create the KNN object. Okay na? So then use fit method on training data. Okay, so this is the 8th step. Okay, so next you have 9th method. Okay, so now use this KNN classifier on the test data. 10th one, compare the predicted output of test data with actual test data output. Okay, so actual output test data. Okay na? Output test data ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay na? So now after this, what is that? There is one more step involved. Okay, so apply confusion matrix. Okay, so 12, calculate the accuracy of the model. Okay, so these are the steps involved here in the programming part. So let's check out that part. So let me start Jupyter. Okay, thank you Ashwini. Next Ashika. Yes, 1 minute ma. ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ಇದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ವೀಕು ಇವತ್ತೀಗ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಟ್ರೀ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ರಿಗ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ವೀಕ್ ಇನ್ನು ನಾಳೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮತ್ತೆ? ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೇನು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟು? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಾ, ಬರೀ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಮಿನಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋಣ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್, ಬಟ್ ಸೊ ನೀವು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದರೆ ಒಂದು 2-3 ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ COVID-19. ಓಕೆ, ಡೇಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋರು ಇವಾಗಲೇ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. COVID-19 ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್. not on classification mele we'll do it on from Monday. Okay, start ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So here we start with the k nearest neighbor knn programming. Okay, so what is the first step? Normally you will import the required libraries first. Import libraries, required libraries. Okay, here we'll import it. Okay, the first one is import numpy as np, import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, import pandas as pd. Okay, so then any other, so if you want you can write a programming in another format, like where if you want to import all the libraries at the single instance, like we have the libraries for test split, so that also can be imported at once, and the library for the k nearest neighbor, that is knn library, so that also can be imported at once. Okay, so like that, if you want to import all the libraries at once, you can import all the libraries required. So we are going to now import the libraries one by one. So let me import from sklearn dot model underscore selection. Okay, import train underscore test underscore split. This is the one library required. Okay, so this also I'll import it here. So then from sklearn dot pre-processing, import scalar. Okay, so this is the one more library which. So what are the steps involved here? Programming step: import the library is done, importing the data is done. Okay, split the data into independent data and the output data. So here we are going to do this step now. Okay, so but for doing this, okay, before that we need to test everything. Okay, so here this is called as standard scalar, standard scalar. Okay, series object is not callable. Okay, cannot import standard scalar. Okay, scalar er. Okay, so all the libraries have been imported. Okay, libraries import is done. So let me import this data importing is also done. So this is your s data. So I don't see why it is not visible here. Okay, so after importing the data, so let me split into training so split into input and output. So input and output data. See, in s, from s dot input data in equal to s data. Okay, so if you look into this data, so it is having a user ID column, then gender, so age column, and estimated salary. Then the final output is zeros and ones. Okay, so as I told in the previous class, we don't require this user ID and gender data for predicting the purchase of the particular person or not. Okay, so classifying the data into whether he purchases or not, he or she. Okay, so we, irrespective of whether the person is a male or a female, still we can predict the estimated output. Okay, so for that we require the age column and the estimated salary column, and the purchase data is for the output. Okay, so let me split the data. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 columns are there. So salary data dot index location of all the rows, and the we are excluding the zeroth and the first column we are going to exclude, and we will select 2 to 4. okay, dot values. And similarly the output data dependent, we call it as a dependent data, equal to from s data dot index location square bracket. Here we'll choose the variable explorer. We have this s data available here, so we have taken these two columns data and we left out this data as a output data. So taken the fourth column to the fifth column as a output data dot values. So this will be used s data, sa data. So we have splitted the data into input and outputs. Okay, so next step. See here, if you look at the your data, s data, so this data is having a 2-digit data and this one is having a 5-digit data, and if you feed this data to your classification algorithm, so this data gets the higher influence compared to this one. Okay, so to avoid that, so we will scale this data into single scale, so by using the standard scalar library which we already imported. Okay, so let's do that one. So using standard scalar, so we will apply the feature scaling here. Feature scaling, already the library has been imported, okay, as standard scalar. So we will first create the object using standard scalar. Okay, so as standard std equal to standard scalar is equal to std, std equal to standard scalar, we'll be creating the object creation. So this step is object creation. So once you created, apply the method fit underscore transform. Okay, fit underscore transform. So here you will be applying this to the independent data. Independent data in equal to okay, standard scalar, that is std dot fit underscore transform, fit underscore transform of, okay, so input data again. So you will apply this. Okay, done. Now standard scalar in is equal to std dot fit underscore of input. Okay, so now if I print input, sorry, you can see all the both the columns is in the same scale, -1 to +1 scale. So earlier if you actually look at the original data, so they are 2-digit and 5-digit data. So now they have been modified here, so because of this standard scalar. So next, what is the next step? So if required, clean the data. Now we cleaned the data, it was required. So now split the data into training and test set. So we'll do the fifth step. Okay, training and test split. Already the library required has been imported, so we are going to just apply the method. Okay, input train comma input test comma dependent training data comma dependent test data equal to train underscore test underscore split of. Okay, so here what are the variables? Input comma dependent variables. Okay, so comma here what we will be writing? So test underscore size. Okay, so what is the test size? Test underscore size equal to 0.20. so that means 20% for the testing and remaining 80% for the training. Random underscore state equal to 0. Maybe in the previous example I taken 25%, it seems, which I explained during the programming. This is a split which happened. Okay, so let me do this step. Completed training, input training samples, test samples, input training samples, output dependent test samples, dependent training samples. So now we are going to use the dependent training samples and independent training samples to fit the model. Okay, so actually I have not imported one library which is required, so that is actually the KNN library, K nearest library. So I am going to import it now. Apply KNN. Okay, now we have chosen the KNN classifier. Okay, use create a KNN object. Okay, import the KNN function from the scikit library. Okay, so we are going to import it now. So import from sklearn dot neighbors, NEIGHBORS, neighbors. Okay, from sk import K capital N I G B, okay, neighbors classifier, because here regression model is also there. We need to choose whether we import in the classifier method or a regression method. So now KNN classifier, KN, we are going to create the object. So next step is create a KNN object. So I create a KNN equal to K near neighbors classifier. Okay, so here, so when I choosing it, I need to apply the different methods involved here. N underscore neighbors. Okay, what is the K value? So here standard value I chosen is 5. Okay, so then metric involved equal to Minkowski. So and then the p value, that is 2. So next apply this method KNN dot fit onto training data. Okay, input as well as the output training data. Okay, so input train comma dependent training data. Okay, so this much we did. Okay, so training steps are completed. Okay, so regression section, multiple linear regression. Okay, please change the shape of Y. Okay, let's see. Now apply the predict method. So KNN dot predict of input test data, store this result in a variable. Okay, dependent underscore predicted result equal to KNN dot predict of input test. So let's compare the predicted result with the actual test data. Okay, so this is how we can do the comparison. 7 sample is 1 we actually predicted correctly. Okay, 39 sample, randomly I'm choosing the 39 sample, so this is also 144. Like this you can do the comparison. Okay, so best way to compare it is apply confusion matrix to predict the accuracy, not predict, to calculate the accuracy of the model. So let's do that one. Okay, calculate the accuracy of the model. So we are going to take the confusion matrix from sklearn library, from sklearn dot matrix import confusion underscore matrix. Okay, so confusion matrix. Okay, the result equal to confusion underscore matrix of your input as well as the So what are the inputs for this? The test data and the predicted data. Okay, so dp underscore, so test comma dp underscore predicted. Okay, and then print result. Name confusion. dp underscore predicted. Okay, it is capital P. Okay, so let's see the result, what is happening. Okay, you can see here, so we had 0 on one output. Zeros as zeros, 55 samples are correct. Zeros predicted as 1, 3 results, this is the wrong result. Ones predicted as zeros, 1 wrong result. Ones predicted as 1, the actual values which are 1 predicted correctly as 1, 21 results are correct. So totally we have 55 plus 21, so that is 76 plus 4, 80 samples are there. Out of 80 samples we have predicted 76 samples correctly and 4 samples wrongly. So this is the example of binary classification. Okay, so now the total result is, total number of samples are 80, that is 76 divided by 55 correct, zeros predicted as zeros, 21 ones predicted as 1. Okay, divided by 80. 0.95, this is the accuracy of the model. Okay, so accuracy of the model is 0.95%. So this is how we use the confusion matrix. So confusion matrix plots the correct results. Okay, 1 minute. So this is called as true positives. Okay, true positive results. Okay, and this is false negative true positive TP, false positive, false negative, true negative. Okay, so this is called as true positive result, true negative result, false positive result, false negative result. Okay, so I'll show you one documentation for this. Give me a second, I'll show you one documentation. See, this is how the confusion matrix are representing it. So normally in this particular example, we have 55 true results which are predicted as true, and this is called as true positive, and false results predicted correctly as false, it is called as true negative, and true results which are calculated as actually as false is called as false positive, we have one result, and false results which are actually calculated as true result is called as false negative. So accuracy of the model will be considered calculated by summation of true positive and true negative whole divided by summation of all the 4 terms, true positive plus true negative plus false positive plus false negative, okay, into 100. So this is how you will calculate the accuracy of the model. So there are a few more terms, okay, which will be used here. Okay, so one more is the few other terms used here are, okay, so give me a second. Confusion matrix, accuracy of the model. So then we have recall, this is equal to, okay, true positive whole divided by true positive plus true negative. This is how you will calculate the recall. And then you will have precision, okay, this is equal to true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. Okay, so what is this recall and precision? Okay, let me write that. Recall, so what is the significance of the recall? So See, recall can be defined as the ratio of correctly classified positive examples, correctly classified positive examples divided to the total number of positive examples. Okay, divided by total number of the positive examples. Okay, so basically it indicates so data is correctly recognized or not. Okay, indicates the whether the class, okay, which is correctly recognized or not, small number of fn. Okay, and precision, okay, so higher the precision indicates the label is labeled as positive, is having a positive value. Okay, precision value